The very first thing we did was to start spreading the word, because, I mean, phones were really not working, and all our staff were all on a plan with Digicel, and Digicel was the one company that was working least of all. And so we couldn't contact our staff in the beginning. So it was really Anne and Georgette and Dominique and myself driving around in the neighborhood of the head office and like meeting one person of our staff saying, "Hey, how are you doing? Spread the word." You know.
We're alive. We're alive.
Yes, after hugs and tears. Remember we had that first meeting, and we just only had the meeting where I saw everybody. It was just like a network.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That was the day we would find 3 or 4 people, and they'd find 4 or 5 more people, and they'd all say, "Okay, we're going to meet at 11 o'clock in the laku of the courtyard of the headquarters building."
Yeah.
And they all got there.
I mean, we had more than 40 people there.
Mobile branches.
Yeah, exactly. And what we did at that time was to give each staff member a 2,500 gourd salary advance, to have, so they would have a small bit of cash in their hands. We spread the word, we had a prayer, we gave some instructions like meeting that time and that time. And I think that it was important for a lot of our staff members to see that we were there, we were still working together and try and see what we could do about the situation. Then, when things became a bit more organized, there were a number of things we were able to do for our staff, and the very first thing is something we were able to do thanks to Fonkoze USA, is to give all our staff members who had either lost their houses completely or whose houses were really badly damaged, a check, so that they had the cash they needed to resettle somewhere or to organize their families somewhere. And it's, in total, it's 470 staff members who actually prevailed from that scheme. We have a total of 730 staff members, to the best of our knowledge.
It doesn't sound so great. You didn't have to say that.
I thought that was well put.
No, we have, in the payroll lists, we have a total of 730 staff members. 470 lost their houses or have their houses badly damaged. Now, that may sound like a lot, but you have to realize quite a few of our staff members, especially in the foundation, have their families living in Port-au-Prince, even if they live out in the province. And so their family house, where their wife and kids were staying in Port-au-Prince, was damaged. You see, that's one of the, it's one of the aspects of centralization in Haiti, is that the schools, the best schools, most of them are in Port-au-Prince. And so staff members who would want to make sure their kids get access to quality education, most of them will want their families to live in Port-au-Prince rather than.
I was telling the story that, if I can interrupt for a moment, you know, whenever we call meetings in Port-au-Prince, we've never, ever, ever provided any kind of allowance to people coming into Port-au-Prince, because every single person from the provinces has at least one family member who lives in Port-au-Prince. I mean, that's just the reality.
Even for General Assembly.
Even at the General Assembly, when we have 250 Timachan come in, they have a place to stay. You know, because everybody has somebody in Port-au-Prince. And now that nobody has anybody left in Port-au-Prince, we can't even get a meeting called.
No
We
one
call
wants
a
to go.
meeting of our staff we try to get all the regional directors in, and they say, sorry, we can't get there until 10 in the morning, we have to leave by 2. Because we have no place to stay overnight in Port-au-Prince anymore.
We need a dorm now.
It's really an amazing thing. It just hits you in the face how strong that is. So Jetro was trying to have business development meeting of all of his credit agents, and he couldn't do it. He had to put one in OCAP and one in the South to get the people together. They couldn't come to Port-au-Prince.
So
I go with something here too.